So I'm at work a few months back, and this just kind of came up again recently, so I'm going to throw this shit out here. I have a guy that I work with who does not like the way that other people do things. He thinks that he is the be-all, end-all of standards of qualification for labor, and he mocks everybody who does things differently than him. Now, the thing that I'm going to bitch about right now is he once told me, and I'll never fucking forget this, you need to learn how to cut corners. And I just thought to myself, what the fuck did you just say? Cut corners? As in not try my hardest? As in not do things up to optimum expectation? As to not give the best amount of customer service? Because if you think you're king shit and you're cutting corners and you're sitting here judging me, then I think you better take a moment to reevaluate your bass-ackwards logic there, Sparky. I don't know if you understand how that sounds in terms of shittiness, but it sounds extra shitty. Because never in my life have I ever heard the term cut corners and thought of it with a positive connotation. See, that inherently equates to half-assery. And anybody who hears that phrase who's not mentally retarded is going to question what the fuck is going on inside your head. I don't know anybody that would be like, oh yeah, it's a good thing, cutting corners. Because let me read you the fucking definition of cutting corners. Undertake something in what appears to be the easiest, quickest, or cheapest way, especially by, focus here, omitting to do something important or ignoring rules. So if I don't pack things to your liking, boo-hoo. If I put my labels on in a fashion that guarantees they're not going to fall off or get stuck on something else or get ripped, cry me a river. If you don't like the way I stack because it seems like I'm obsessed with making sure everything is not going to fall off my pallet, well, I don't know what to fucking tell you other than sorry you're so preoccupied with what I do. Because I'd just like to point out that this guy is in fact not the boss of me, but seems to think he's the Carl Lewis of warehouse work in the way that he talks down to me all the fucking time. And I just really want to take a zip tie and fucking wrap it around his neck and crank that fucker and let him struggle on the ground for a few. And then wait till he's about to pass out from the lack of oxygen and then cut that bitch and go, any advice you want to give me about how I pulled that off? You seem to think you know everything better. Anxiously awaiting your feedback, bud. I imagine that when he would get done coughing, he wouldn't have a lot to say. But I damn sure would be happy to remind him that all of the angst that he built in me by being such a smarmy fuck made me make sure that I wasn't cutting any corners with how I got my point across.